here from Stamp Anything. Welcome back to another video. Before we get into it today, I wanted to share a couple of announcements with you. First, Annabelle has a new Color University class where we're going to learn all about plaid. So gingham, plaid, buffalo plaid, and my favorite, houndstooth. So you can find a direct link to that in the description box down below. Next is the Everything Nice online retreat. So if you've had FOMO like me, when you see pictures of the in-person retreats, this will be something similar. It's going to be a private Facebook group. You're going to have 2 days, the 27th and the 28th of April, 8 projects. You're going to get all of the goodies are going to come to your house, and you can craft along with Stephen, Annie, and Kevin. And then there's also going to be a Canadian retreat, and all of these things are listed in the description box down below, along with links to Stamp Club and Stencil Club. So yeah, lots of fun stuff happening. The 27th and 28th of April will be fun because the 29th is my birthday, so that'll be a good birthday present to myself. So yeah, okay, let's get into this card. So if you've been with me on my TheJollyFatElf channel, you know over the past year, I've tried to do what I'm calling zero waste crafting, meaning I'm trying to create the least amount of waste as possible. So I have a couple of bags of paper, pieces, parts, etc., and I've made it a mission to get those finished. So I started a project I called it Project Use Your Stuff. I will try to remember to link that video down below. But my goal is to use my stuff. I share with you in that video my entire paper pad collection. This is not even including holiday. I have a lot, and it's time to put it to good use. I am a dragon. This is my hoard, but I've got to let it go. So it's been a while, I think, since I played with paper for a Stamp Anything card. I think for the most part I do scenes. I'll have to go back and look, but I wanted to play with this pink and turquoise plaid. It's one of my, I have 4 of these paper pads. That's how much I love this plaid. If you know me, you know that aqua is one of my favorite colors. I'm right behind purple. So, yeah, it's pretty plaid, and I actually really, really love it. So we're going to be doing some paper piecing and heat embossing today, but first we're going to start by stamping. Now, if you're new here, I like to take the stamp and rub it on the back of my hand. That removes the stickiness, because if it's sticky and you stamp and then it pulls it up, you're going to move your paper, you're going to double stamp, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I do to kind of prevent that. So I cut this piece of paper down to 2x6. I didn't need it very wide, and I didn't want to waste an entire sheet of paper just to get a dress. Now I end up doing this twice, and I'll show you why. But this pattern is perfect. It's got little tiny baby hearts on it, and they're like the exact kind of size for this stamp. I love to do this when it's like outfits. I just think it's so much fun, bringing some texture and some pattern. Now, I originally went in with RV13 to add a little bit of dimension, and it was just too dark, so I brought in RV02. I like to do this just because there is so much contrast and stuff in the stamped image that I want it in the paper as well. So I cut it out with some scissors, and then I went around it with a black pen just to remove that white core. And I'm going to set that to the side, and we're going to color her. Now, I'm going to say this was the 4th time I colored her. I don't know what's going on with me and my brain, but I have been on the struggle bus when it comes to coloring. So I think I almost always do the skin first. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but today we started with hair. And I am using E29, 27, 25, and 23. This made a really pretty kind of auburn color. It has a hint of red, but it's not very red. I know that actress in real life is a redhead. I believe she's a redhead. Yeah. Anyway, and I don't remember what she was in the movie, but for me, this isn't necessarily a Lorraine from Back to the Future card. This is just a really cute kind of love-themed card. This would have been perfect around Valentine's Day. So, I mean, you can give love cards all year round. Now, if you've been with me or if you watched me on the Stamp Anything channel for a while, you know that I don't like a stark highlight on my images. So instead of leaving white and like hair strokes or whatever, I go ahead and just like use the lightest color and have a little bit of highlight as I'm doing here. Now, when I color, I like to start with the darkest and then work my way to the lightest and then repeat. I tried the other day to do that backwards, and I don't know. It's going to have to be something that I practice and get use out of. Excuse me. So I am flicking it, but I'm not necessarily trying to make hair strokes. I just want to have enough space to leave a highlight. I love the way Anne drew this hair. There's a lot of movement in it, and it's just so pretty and so cute. This stamp is adorable, and I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of use out of her. So yeah. All right. So yeah, I've been struggling with the coloring, and I don't know why. I think a lot of it too is I'm very heavy-handed with my markers, and I have a bit of a tremor, and once I'm doing this for a while, my hand will get a little shaky, and then like I really wish I could replace the chisel nib on these with the original little nib, because I would love to have like a pen-like nib to do some of the fine details and stuff. But what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? So for the back of the hair, I just used 2 colors and added just a little bit of highlight. I can't remember who did curls on the back, and I really like the look of that. So really pretty. This is one of my favorite hair colors. I do love to color a redhead. I colored, was it Gwen? I can't remember. She turned out really pretty. I was born a redhead. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up. But it colors it got darker as I grew. And when I was younger, I always said I want a baby with red hair and blue eyes. And then like I always loved that color combination. And then I grew up and then was like, I don't want kids. I don't want them. After teaching, I was just like, I don't know that I could work with kids all day and then go home to kids. And there was when I taught kindergarten, I never had any noise on at home. When I got home, it was completely silent. I didn't do laundry. I didn't, run the dishwasher. I didn't watch TV. I just needed to sit in complete silence. So, yeah, kids came off the plate, or came off the plan. Okay, so for this skin tone, I'm trying something a little different. This is E33 21 00 and then quadruple 0. Now I do end up smearing the black a little bit, as I do. Oh, and then R20 for cheeks. And I do like this color combination. Yeah, I like it. So I don't know that it'll be one that I use all the time. I know I've tried the one that Kevin and Annie and Steven and everybody uses. I don't know what it is about that hint of purple in that first marker, but I can't. So I don't know. Again, I don't know. And I am not one. I know a lot of people, use violet, a violet shade to do dark skin and stuff like that. I don't know. I can see it. Like, I don't feel like it. I can see it. And I just don't like that. Plus, for me, I love to color. Like, I can remember being in the hospital when Rob and I very first started dating. He's like, what do you need? I was like, well, you go get me a coloring book and some crayons. So I love to color, but I'm coloring for crafting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm coloring for crafting and not necessarily trying to create a masterpiece. I want it to look pretty, but I'm not trying to do anything too in-depth. So for the eyes, I always like to bring in a black. So this is a Micron brush pen. This is a Copic-friendly ink, actually. So if you wanted to draw with it, you could. And it came with the brush tip, and I like to use that to darken her eyes. Now, look at that. Look at that. It's perfect. I am not one to go around the entire eye with white and to add highlights in the pupil. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I mess that up every single time. So I color my little chibis a little differently, and that's the greatest thing about like coloring and creating is it doesn't have to be perfect and it doesn't have to be samesies. So that's why I love seeing the release videos and seeing all of the design team projects at one time. It's just so fun to see the different styles, etc. And yeah, love it. So again, leftovers from my stash, and I really wanted to use this heart. I feel like if this heart was in a different color, maybe an aqua, maybe a darker teal, I would have liked it more, but it was just something about it. I just didn't care for it. And that kind of turquoisey glitter circle came from the bubble mat die. That was the middle of the die that I used when I did the aquarium card back when with the mermaid release. And again, trying to save everything. Not these little bitty tiny pieces, but something a little bit bigger, etc. I'm definitely trying to save and get use out of them. So you're welcome to join me if you want to. I may create a hashtag. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. I honestly am not on Instagram very much because they keep changing things. And I'm just like, I can't keep up, y'all. I'm old. I'm too old. I'm just kidding. It's just frustrating. So anyway, yeah. So when I am unsure, I will take a picture. So I'm bringing my phone in. I'm going to take a picture to see which one that I like, to see what it looks like on like a different perspective. And again, I think if this heart was a different color, I would have really liked it, but I liked the turquoise instead. So I'm just going to adhere that down flat with a tape runner, and then I am going to use my white gel pen to kind of clean up the couple of areas where I got outside of the lines. And then I'm going to add her with my Scotch adhesive. I've got a big Mama Jamma row. I've actually got 2 Mama Jamma rows, and I just pull off some, but any kind of dimensional adhesive will do ya. So I'm going to go ahead and get her attached, and then I am going to heat emboss the sentiment. So again, I rubbed it on the back of my hand, and I'm bringing in another piece of that same kind of aqua for heat embossing. You want something that will remove static. So I have this little bag. You can get one from any craft store or even on Amazon. So you want to remove the static from your paper. Then you want to use a sticky ink or even a pigment ink. And then you're going to add your embossing powder and heat it with the heat tool. Now it has to be a heat tool. It can't be a blow dryer or something like that. So make sure you get a heat tool and then melt it until it's shiny. When it's shiny, it's done. I know a lot of people are intimidated by heat embossing, but it's actually kind of easy once you get the hang of it. So if that's something that you guys would like to see more of, let me know. I make these videos for you. So whatever you're interested in, or if there's a technique you want to learn, let me know. I know Brennan did a video about heat embossing as well. So I went ahead and cut out that sentiment, and then I kind of notched it on each end. I kind of wish I just notched it on one end, but I did it and it's over with. After I do that, I'm going to bring in my Nuvo shimmer pen and add some shimmer to her dress. And that's going to be it. So I did go back and add a heart later, but yeah. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. Everything is listed in the description box down below. Don't forget their affiliate links. So if you use my links, I appreciate it. I earn a small little commission. And yeah. All right, friends, we hope to see you in our next video. Don't forget to subscribe. You'll find all the links to social media in the description box down below. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.